What is up, you guys? Sam Dog, the infamous 253, coming at you guys fresh off the plane, back home from New York, back home where I belong in good old Washington State. The 253, Sam Dog, the infamous 253, coming at you through this power of the speakerphone. Dallas Stewart, Dallas, how you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Yep. Week 4 in the books. We went 12-4. We freaking killed it this week. We whiffed on a few games, but it doesn't matter. We had a great week. And now we are all set for week number 5. The Seahawks are on the bye week. The Buccaneers are on the bye week.
The Browns and I believe the Chargers.
Yep, Browns and Chargers on the bye week. Yep, that's what I believe I heard from Dirty Rob when I listened to his picks while I was on the plane. I got Wi-Fi on the plane. So, yep. And you know what that means? Since the Seahawks are on the bye week, what time is it, Dallas?
Our first red zone reactions of the 2023 season.
I know it would have been this week too, but I had the game. But hey, now you guys are going to get it, man. You're going to get a red zone reaction this week. All right, starting things off. We got Thursday Night Football. We got the Chicago Bears going to Washington to take on the Washington Commanders. The Bears choked a big lead to the Denver Broncos, allowing Denver to get their first win. Meanwhile, the Commanders battled it out against Philadelphia and took the game to overtime on a last-second touchdown to Jahan Dotson and got the PAT, but couldn't get it down. And the Eagles set up Jake Elliott for the game-winning field goal. This is another one of those toilet bowls, and it just so happens to be on Thursday Night Football.
Yeah, a definite toilet bowl.
Yeah, but you know something, I'm leaning more towards, I like the way the Commanders battled it out with Philly. Give me Washington to take care of their business against the Bears. I'm taking the Commanders to knock the Bears to 0-5.
Yeah, give me the Washington to get to 3-2 and put the Bears at 0-5.
Yeah.
I like Washington more than I like Chicago.
Oh, by far and away. All right, up next, we got London game number 2, and I bet the Jags are staying out extra. We got Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Buffalo Bills. The Jaguars took care of their business against the Atlanta Falcons, winning by the score of, was it 23-6?
I think 23-7.
Yeah, 23-7. Yeah, that's right, 23-7. I thought, yeah, and the Buffalo Bills, man, they came out firing. They killed the Miami Dolphins. I believe it was
they made a big statement.
48-27. They're like, hey, this division isn't quite wrapped up yet, man. And we all know what happened last time these two teams faced in 2021.
Yep. The Jags pulled off a huge upset.
Yep, and that was during that was our red zone week, the infamous part where my dad's like, we literally killed with a backup quarterback, Jacksonville, remember?
Yeah, I believe that was in like week 9-6. Not a very exciting game.
Yeah, but this time around, I bet the Bills have had this game. When they saw this come on the schedule and saw that it was London, I bet they had this game marked on the calendar.
And that was when the Jags were a complete mess with Urban Meyer in 2021.
I remember that too, man.
The Jags are better this time around.
Yeah, I remember that like it was yesterday. But I think after what the Bills showed against the Dolphins, after the Dolphins had that 70 burger the week prior to that, and Buffalo's like, that means nothing to us, and they just manhandled Miami. But something, this time around, I got the Buffalo Bills getting their revenge in London this time and just running all over. I think the Bills are better than the Jaguars still. I'm taking Buffalo.
Yeah, give me Buffalo to keep it rolling and to get the four in a row. I like what I'm seeing right now. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yes, they are, man. And all right, up next, we got the New Orleans Saints taking on the Patriots. Looking like it's going to be Jameis Winston most likely because Derek Carr still hurt, and the Patriots had injuries to Christian Gonzalez and Matt Judon on their defense. Man, this is good. Kind of another tough.
Both teams looked pretty bad last week.
Oh yeah, the Saints pretty much got beat by the freaking Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Well, they got manned by Tampa Bay. And the Patriots got freaking annihilated by the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Coaching wise, it's like the Saints, they're not going to have Derek Carr. I'm going to I'm going to take the Patriots. I trust Belichick has a big game plan for bouncing back after that shellacking, but let's see. This game will be interesting to watch on Red Zone too. It's an early slates, but this will be a fun one to watch. We probably won't see all Jaguars Bills because that'll probably be an ESPN Plus, and we'll ever have to wake up at 6:30 now. I mean, it felt good actually getting to sleep a little before the first London game last week, but give me the Patriots.
Yeah, this is a tough one. Yeah, I think the Patriots are going to bounce back. They were absolutely humiliated last week, and I think they're going to be coming into this game pissed off. But New Orleans is also going to be a little pissed off after dropping back-to-back games. Green Bay and then Tampa Bay. Yeah, I think I like the Patriots at home to bounce back. They were embarrassed last week.
All
I
right.
think they're going to come out. I think they're going to come out strong.
All right. Up
This
next.
is a tough one. That's a tough one, though.
It is a tough one. All right. Up next, we got an AFC South rivalry. We got the Tennessee Titans taking on the Indianapolis Colts. The Titans freaking ran all over the Bengals. Something definitely ain't right with Joe Burrow right now with Cincinnati, and Derrick Henry threw another touchdown pass that game. Indianapolis, meanwhile, took the Rams to overtime, but Puka Nakua, man, just torched him at the end, man, for that touchdown. But man, gotta give props to Anthony Richardson for freaking hanging in there and freaking rallying the team back to hang in there.
Yeah, they were down big and they made it a game, you know.
Yeah.
But they just dug themselves just too big of a hole.
Yeah, but I like the way Anthony Richardson is playing though. And
yeah, this is another really tough one.
You know, I don't really trust the Titans though with that much. I know
these teams are so up and down.
It's up and down. I'm gonna take a shot on Indianapolis though. I really like what I'm seeing from Anthony Richardson. If he keeps it up, man, I feel like they might have a star in him. But you know, if he can just keep it going, he's got a good throwing arm, and he really got it going. I love the way that he rallied his team back against the Rams. Unfortunately, they ended up falling short. But I'm gonna actually take the Colts to bounce back.
Yeah, this is a really tough one. This is like a coin flip game. Yeah, I'm going to take the Colts to bounce back after that heartbreaking loss in overtime to the Rams and get to 3-2. The Titans are just all over the place. One week they look really good, and then one week they look really bad. I don't know what to make of them. They're kind of Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah. All right. Up next, we got the Baltimore Ravens going to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. I don't think Kenny Pickett's going to be in this week for the Steelers.
No, I think he's got a bone bruise.
And the Steelers got annihilated by the Houston Texans as CJ Stroud. That was crazy to watch.
The Steelers looked really, really bad last week. I was shocked when I saw that score.
And then the Ravens freaking just took care of their business against the freaking Cleveland Browns without Deshaun Watson, man.
Yeah.
Why do we had no idea Watson was going to be out that game, man. I wish we would have known on that one earlier, but I'm taking the Ravens to get another win here.
Yeah, give me the Ravens. The Steelers just don't look like they're very good this year. They look like they have a lot of problems. They easily could be 1-3 without those two defensive scores against Cleveland. They would have lost that game.
Oh, big time, man.
They've looked really bad in both their losses.
Yeah. All right. Up next, we got the Carolina Panthers going to Detroit to take on the Detroit Lions. The Panthers started out with that Sam Franklin Jr. 99-yard pick six. But, you know, it's like they're taking on Minnesota, and Minnesota got a defensive touchdown too, which tied up the game. And then Justin Jefferson did his thing out there. I mean, Panthers are 0-5. Meanwhile, you got the Detroit Lions who pretty much manhandled the Green Bay Packers in Lambeau Field. A lot of Lions fans took over Lambeau that night. I was live during that game smoking cigars at Soho in New York City. And I remember I had my buddy Daniel on there. Eddie came onto the stream. Sorry I wasn't able to get you on there because it was loud with the music and everything too. But, oh man, you know what? Give me Detroit lock of the week.
Yeah, give me Detroit big. Just Carolina is just not very good this year. They're a work in progress.
No, never mind.
I think they're the second. I think they're the second worst team in the league besides Chicago.
Would you make this a lock? Dallas, would you make that a lock?
Yeah, make it a lock, I guess.
Yeah. All right, up next, we've got the Houston Texans going to Atlanta to take on the Atlanta Falcons. The Texans got that big win over the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Falcons got manned by the Jacksonville Jaguars. Ritter throwing a costly pick six early in the game, and they just got absolutely manhandled in London this week. But man, I really think they should really have had their bye week after going to London. But the fact that they must have decided to head back home early after that one just to get a head start on things to get ready for Houston, Texas. I was really impressed. They honored JJ Watt, putting him in the Texans Ring of Honor, and they showed out for him. Unfortunately, it was against his brother's team, the Pittsburgh Steelers. They were the victim of that one, and Kenny Pickett got knocked out, but CJ Stroud got it going. Freaking Devin Singletary threw a touchdown to Dalton Schultz on a trick play, kind of like what Derrick Henry did, throwing to that one dude in the Titans game last week. You know what? I'm going to take the Texans to win again. I like what I saw from them last week, and CJ Stroud looks good. I'm taking the Texans.
Yeah, give me the Texans to get 3 in a row and get to 3-2 and hand the Falcons their third straight loss after starting 2-0. I'm liking what I'm seeing. The Texans look like the future is bright for them.
Yeah, DeMeco Ryan, the new head coach, man, has got it going on, man. CJ Stroud's playing good. Will Anderson Jr. on that defense is playing good. Brevin Jordan, Damian Pierce is looking good running the ball too. And I was surprised that the Bills let Devin Singletary walk. I can't believe that. Because Devin Singletary was a force with Buffalo. I could not believe they let him walk.
Yeah, it was a good running back for them.
Yeah. All right. Really? After we just kicked their ass and I was in the house, hence the reason my voice is shot, we got the New York Giants going to Miami to take on the Miami Dolphins, man. Seriously.
Yeah, both these teams looked really bad last week.
Yeah, but the Dolphins are let's be real. Daniel Jones is trash, man. These Giants fans gotta just I mean, I had some obnoxious ones around him, and I was even mentioning it in my freaking live stream near the end of the game when we were just freaking killing them. I know our offense didn't put up a really good performance, had only 13 first downs, but man, I'll tell you what was big for us was Drew Lock stepping in and starting out with that run and hitting DK on a pass and Noah Fant with that big pass in his hand off to Walker to get that big score, man. And then Devin Witherspoon pick six came right to my corner. I could have sworn I was on TV on that when it showed part of the celebration. You could see me if you pause at the right moment. If they showed a replay of that game, Devin Witherspoon freaking balled out for us, man. But the New York Giants, Daniel Jones, we sacked his ass 11 times, man. Tying the record.
That is, they have the worst offensive line in football.
Yeah, the Giants are they are trash, man. After Daboll got freaking coach of the year and Daniel Jones, man,
it's pretty surprising. It's pretty surprising that they made the playoffs last year.
Yeah. I mean, we knew
they were just a complete train wreck this year.
We knew they were getting wrecked by Philly when they were in the playoffs. We knew that. Let's be real, man.
They were just a train wreck this year.
Meanwhile, Miami just got absolutely manhandled by the Buffalo Bills, as we mentioned earlier on the Bills going into their London game. And now Miami coming off of that big loss, they're going to want to get the bad taste out of their mouth. This is way too easy. Give me the Dolphins to just kill the Giants. And you know what? I'm taking that as another lock. I'm locking the Dolphins as another lock.
Yeah, give me the Dolphins big and in my second lock as well.
Yeah.
The Giants are going to finish last in the NFC East.
Yeah, they're the little brother this year.
They overachieved last year. They reverted back to like the 2020 and 2021 New York Giants.
And now that they're getting a reality check now, big time. All right. Up next, we got the Cincinnati Bengals going down to Arizona to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals got a major reality check from the 49ers.
Yeah, Cardinals finally looked bad last week.
Cincinnati looked bad against the frickin' Tennessee
Titans.
Titans, man, letting Derrick Henry throw a touchdown pass on them. They didn't even see the end zone once. They're fuming and frustrated. And we have to play them coming off of the bye week. We know they're going to be very
Yeah.
desperate. I know Arizona, though, at least they're actually competing, though. I will give them that, even with Josh Dobbs, the quarterback, that they're actually competing, though.
Yeah, that was actually a 5-point game in the third quarter before 49ers pulled away in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, they've been far more competitive than what I thought they would be.
Yeah, McCaffrey had 4 rushing touchdowns in that game.
And then Brock Purdy had a rushing touchdown.
Quarterback sneak, all their touchdowns.
The final touchdown in that game.
Which pretty much sealed it. Meanwhile, Cincinnati Bengals just couldn't get anything going against the Titans. Something's not right with Joe Burrow right now, man.
Yeah, and T. Higgins looks like he's going to miss a few weeks. And, man, they're just struggling. They're banged up. I'm still not overlooking them when we have to play them after the bye week because I know how desperate they're going to be.
And if Arizona wins this one, they're pretty much sacrificing their tank for Caleb Williams or Caleb Brennan.
Well, if Arizona wins this one, the Bengals are in serious trouble.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm actually going to take the Bengals to bounce back.
Yeah, week. I'm going to take the Bengals. That was an embarrassing performance last week at Tennessee.
Yeah.
After they came off that pretty big Monday night win to finally get off the schneid, and then they lay that egg in Tennessee.
Yeah. All right. Up next, we got 2 teams that kind of had to battle it out to get their wins, and both were taken to overtime. We got the Philadelphia Eagles going to SoFi to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Like I said, the Eagles were down for a bit, struggling against the Washington Commanders, but in the end, they managed to get it and freaking pull it off with a Jake Elliott game-winning field goal in overtime. Meanwhile, the Rams let Indy back in it, but ultimately won the coin toss, and Puka Nacua won them the game. Puka Nacua has been balling out for them, and Stafford has been using them really well. And just when are they going to get Cooper? Is this the week they're going to get Cooper Kupp back?
I'm not sure yet. And Kyron Williams, the rookie from Notre Dame, has been running the ball well.
Yeah,
Kyron. I've seen from him.
Yeah, Williams is looking good, man. They're 2-2 right now, so they're at a 500 record. Obviously they beat us, and then obviously their 2 losses being to San Francisco and Cincinnati. And Philadelphia, they're still undefeated. One of the only 2 undefeated teams left. There's no one undefeated left in the AFC. The only 2 undefeateds left are in the NFC, which is Philadelphia and San Francisco. But you know what? I'm taking Philadelphia to stay undefeated. I think they can take it to LA. Jalen Carter's balling. If they could contain Aaron Donald, Jalen Hurts will have his field days along with his running back. DeAndre Swift still looking good for them. And they still got it going on. I like Philadelphia better in this one. Give me the Eagles.
Yeah, give me the Eagles to drop the Rams to 2-3 and get to 5-0. But it's going to be a tough one going across country. Potential trap game for the Eagles, but I think they get it done.
Yeah. All right. Up next, we got, this is the one I think a lot of people have been waiting for since the scrutiny of Sean Payton on Nathaniel Hackett. We got the New York Jets going to Denver to take on the Denver Broncos. The Jets, I give them props for the way they were fighting against the Kansas City Chiefs. I know because I was in MetLife Stadium that night before the Seahawks-Giants game. I went to the Jets versus Chiefs game. That turned out to be a hell of a game, and I'm so glad I got to see that game live in person. I went live for a little bit on that one, and I remember, and you and me were chatting on the phone for a lot of that game too, just talk about what was going on. Granted, you were a little bit behind with the TV, but I was seeing it in person. I got to see Joe Klecko get his Hall of Fame ring that at halftime too. So, that was a great game. The Jets defense, they were really giving Patrick Mahomes a lot of trouble in that game, forcing like 2 turnovers. But unfortunately, the guy did tug Marquez Valdes-Scantling. I was actually rewatching the replay of that on the plane back home, and he did hold early, unfortunately, on that one. So I don't see why there's such a controversy with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the Denver Broncos, they freaking bounced back and came back, and Russell Wilson led a comeback, and Denver got their first win of the year, and they are officially off the schneid.
Yeah, they are.
It's Wilson versus Wilson.
Yeah, they came back from 21 down, and we ended up getting a toilet bowl, right?
Yeah, we did, man.
That was a game we looked like we were going to whiff on.
Yeah, it was, man. But there were a lot of games that looked like we were going to whiff on, but we didn't. Man.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, Zach Wilson actually played a good game in that one, despite the costly snap fumble, which
Yeah, and the Jets defense kept him in it.
yeah, they did. But then Mahomes did his thing at the end after the Chiefs were able to get that freaking bad snap fumble, and Mahomes had the run. Once Mahomes made that first down run and needed at like the 2 or the 1, I knew the game was over. I just started running because I wanted to hurry and get a bus out of the Meadowlands to try to get back and watch NFL primetime with my dad. But ooh, I'm gonna take the Jets to bounce back and win in this one. I like the Jets defense better. I think they're gonna give Russell Wilson a lot of problems this week. But hey,
Yeah.
it's Wilson versus Wilson. I'm taking the Jets.
Yeah, we didn't get it. We didn't get it last year because Russell Wilson was hurt when they played.
Yeah. So who are you going? You going Jets or Broncos?
I'm going Jets, but man, this game lost a lot of the hype after the Aaron Rodgers injury. Man, it would have been cool to see Rodgers versus Wilson, like how it was when Rodgers was with Green Bay. But yeah, I like the Jets a little bit better. They really battled it out against the Chiefs. I thought for sure they were going to get blown out.
Yeah,
I give them a lot of credit
earlier
for making that game close.
Yeah, same here, man. I thought they were gonna get blown out too, man. I really thought so too, man. It was just like, ooh, man. But that turned out to be a great game, man. Ooh, all right. Up next, we got the Kansas City Chiefs going to Minnesota to take on the Minnesota Vikings. The Chiefs barely escaped getting that lucky bad snap from the Jets, as we were just talking about, and then Mahomes did his thing to win the game. The offense was clicking earlier, and then they just couldn't get it done. And then they got that field goal to take the 23-20 lead, and then the bad snap happened, and Chiefs dove on it, and Mahomes drove down and burnt the clock and made the Jets use all their timeouts and ended up winning that game, barely escaping MetLife 23-20. Meanwhile, the Minnesota Vikings got off the schneid against the Carolina Panthers. It was a bit of a battle after Cousins threw that pick six, but they fought their way back and they got a scoop and score themselves and ended up getting the dub over the Carolina Panthers, knocking them to 0-5. But we already know where this is going. Give me Kansas City to keep it rolling. I'm taking the Chiefs.
Yeah, give me Kansas City to get their fourth in a row. But again, they're going to have to play better than they did last week. That was a very ugly win. Potential trap game, but I think Kansas City gets it done.
Yeah, and now we got the Sunday night game. We got the Dallas Cowboys going to Levi Stadium to take on the San Francisco 49ers, a rematch of last year's divisional game. But this time, and obviously, back Cowboys returning to San Francisco, where they ultimately fell big time in this game. 49ers took care of their business against the Arizona Cardinals. Granted, the Cardinals made it a little interesting, but, ultimately they pulled away in the end. And the Dallas Cowboys just absolutely annihilated the New England Patriots in Jerry World, spoiling Zeke Elliott's return. Patriots didn't get anything done in this one, but give me the 49ers to keep up their winning streak against the Cowboys. I'm taking the 49ers.
Yeah, give me the 49ers to get to 5-0 and continue their, continuing to own the Cowboys. It seems like I think it's going to be tough for Dallas to come in there and get it done on the road.
Yeah. Ooh, all right. Up next, we got the Green Bay Packers going to Las Vegas to take on the Las Vegas Raiders in Allegiant Stadium. The Packers got absolutely pounded by the Detroit Lions. Granted, they were able to claw their way back in, but Detroit was just way too much for them. Meanwhile, the Las Vegas Raiders, they battled it out with Aiden O'Connell and only ended up losing by 7 to the LA Chargers. But I give them props.
Yeah, I thought they were going to just get smoked.
And is Garoppolo going to be back this game?
I'm not sure. Was it a concussion he suffered against the Steelers in the Sunday night game in week 3?
I think it was, man. But, man, both these teams, man.
Oh, man, I wish this game was in Green Bay.
Yeah.
Is the whole Davante Adams.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't get to technically make his return.
No, not really, though, man. I know both these teams have a lot of question marks, but the Raiders do have some key injuries, though, in this game, too.
Yeah, the Rangers or the Raiders just look like they have so many question marks right now.
A lot of heads.
I gotta go with Green Bay.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Packers too. I like the way Jordan Love was able to rally his team back a little bit. Granted, they were playing the obviously right now the best team in the NFC North in the Detroit Lions. And yep, no split this week. And those are our picks. So we're going Commanders over Bears on Thursday night.
Toilet Bowl.
Yeah, Thursday night toilet bowl. We're going Bills over Jaguars in London, Patriots over Saints, Colts over Titans, Ravens over Steelers, Lions over Panthers, Texans over Falcons, Dolphins over Giants, Bengals over Cardinals, Eagles over Rams, Jets over the Broncos, Chiefs over Vikings, 49ers over the Cowboys, and Packers over the Raiders. We went 12-4 last week. Let's see how we do in our first red zone reactions of
I've actually
the
had
year.
back-to-back 12-4 weeks.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you did because we had a split too, and I went 11-5. But yeah. All right, guys. So get this video up soon. Drop your picks in the comments below. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell for notification. I'm fresh off the jet. I'm home from New York.
Powering through the game picks with
a sore voice after I pretty much wasted my voice last night in MetLife Stadium, aka Lumen Field East. Just change the name of it to Lumen Field East. We own it, man. This bad boy included.
It's been our home away from home.
Yes, it has. All right. Anyway, I'll catch y'all later. If you ain't with it, you ain't infamous. And as always, go Seahawks.